I am about to detox my hair. I'm about to detox it and shampoo it. Well, I'm about to detox my scalp. Not to get any buildup on my scalp off my scalp. And I'm about to shampoo my hair and put in some braids. Now, while I'm putting in some braids, it's because I've realized that my hair is damaged. Alright, it's damaged. It's in a damaged state. And it's been in a damaged state for a little bit. So I'm going to use braids as a protective style, what they can be, to help kind of keep the heat off of my hair for a couple of weeks. Because I think that my hair needs a little breaky break from the heat. While I'm doing this, I wanted to come and have story time. I am currently uploading part 2 of what's really in your products and how they affecting you. In part 2, we talked solutions. So in part 1, I went to the beauty supply. I went to the grocery store and I did what I like to call research. I went and I looked into not just what was in my products, because I have my products at home. I found this app where I can scan what's in the products and if the ingredients are harmful or not. So I started doing that for myself at home with my own products, and what I found caused me to have to go do research to look for a better product, because what I realized was that the products that I was using were horrible products. So with that being said, it took me on my journey. In part 1, I did the research. We went into the beauty supply stores. We went into the grocery store. I did a regular beauty supply and I did a professional beauty supply to see what's in the products, right? So what I found out was shocking. Ignore that. I've been scratching the back of my hand with my comb. I am a little ashy though, I ain't gonna lie. What that did was cause me to go look into the products, what's in them, and then start diving deep into how what's in the products affects our hair. Now, in me doing this, I realized some key things that have happened along my journey into healthy hair care. And, well, revelation is, it's empowering and it's uplifting, but at the same time, it's hard to face the truths about what has happened. But when doing holistic hair care, you got to get into the truth. That's what this is all about. It's all about looking into stuff, figuring out what's really going on, and then figuring out what we can do about it. So in this live, this is story time for me to talk about the journey. In part 2, I gave you guys the products that I picked up from my beauty supply store and from my grocery store. Well, I didn't pick nothing up from the grocery store, but one of the products that I ended up getting is in the grocery store. So you can find these products easily, is what I'm saying. You don't have to worry about like ordering them and things like that. They're very accessible. Um, I go through and I show y'all these products. I show you their ratings on the app that I've been using. And I also show you guys their ingredients, as well as the risk associated with some of the ingredients, because some of them do have low risk ingredients. Both of them actually have low risk ingredients, but versus the products that I was using that had high risk ingredients, moderate risk ingredients, and low risk ingredients all within the same product. So we made better choices. That's on part 2. And then I said at the end of part 2 to look for story time, which is this, and it's going to go into detail about what's happened. I wanted to put it in the vlog, but y'all, it was going to make the vlog too dang long, and I didn't want to lose the purpose of the vlog. The purpose of the vlog is to let you guys know that it's important to know what's in your products. It's important to know what you're taking in, and I did it. I'm beginning to do it with more than just my hair care, because you can scan your deodorants, you can scan your mouthwash, you can scan your food products, you can scan a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm scanning this stuff and I'm realizing what's in it, and I'm like, well, I'll be God. It's enough to make you want to cuss. So I was like, all right, Let's reel it in and let's figure out what's happening. Let's process it. So I've been doing holistic hair care for coming up on April. It'll be a year. Now I've been licensed behind the chair for 10 years. In reality, I realized last year that's how I got into this. The person that taught me helped me to see that I never really learned how to care for the hair. There's a bigger issue, which is systemic indoctrination. So when things are made, they aren't necessarily made for everybody equally. In cosmetology school, there was no black hair care section. I remember kind of being a little upset when I went to cosmetology school because I was like, where the weaving and the sewing and the what is the round brushing? Who round brushes? You know what I'm saying? I didn't know anything about that type of stuff. So I was like, okay, this is different. Which put me in a place, even when I was in cosmetology school, of being like, okay, Mo, you don't know as much as you think you do. Because I was the girl that was doing hair, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, I taught myself how to do my hair when I was young because my mama didn't really know how. And I was tired of looking ways that got me talked about at school. So the girls was wearing quick weave ponytails. The girls had relaxers. So this what we, mama, this what we finna do. And I pressed the issue and pressed the issue until she started buying me the things that I needed to learn. So I taught myself how to do quick weaves and sew-ins and relaxers and all of that before I ever hit cosmetology school. So when I walked in thinking that I knew something. But then I realized when I was in there that I didn't know nothing. Now this same cycle repeated itself with this holistic hair care training. I realized that I knew nothing about hair care. All I knew was how not to make cosmetology school, about the application of chemical products, about how to do it, quote unquote, safely. But what they don't really teach you in cosmetology school is that how dangerous it really is what you're doing. It's like, yeah, it's dangerous, but don't worry about that. We're going to teach you the right way to do it. And it makes you think that it's not so dangerous, right? Like, okay, well, shoot, they teach me the right way to do it. So, yeah. But those chemical processes can be very harsh on the hair, and they can be very dangerous. So walking into it, I'm like, okay, dang, I didn't realize that I didn't know jack squat, diddly. So my antennas is up because I'm the type of person that loves to learn. I love to learn. Like, it tingles me. If a man really want to get to me, teach me something, because it's going to make me be like, oh, it's going to make me feel like I need you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm learning. Now that I've gone through what I've gone through, that it's important to not let people exploit certain things about you. Now, if you got some stuff going on within yourself, but you don't realize basically the power that you packing, or what you know what I'm saying, you tend to let a person make you, mold you. You got to figure out who you are, what you about, what you stand for, before you get started into things so that you can't be led astray. Keep that in mind. So going into holistic hair care, what caught me was the scalp care. Because in all my 10 years, I had never seen anything addressing the scalp outside of oil. Hot oil treatments, put some oil on it, grease your scalp every day, things of that nature. So that's what I used to do. I also used to have a head full of dandruff all the time. It was so bad that I thought I had like a severe condition or something. I got to have the psoriasis of the scalp or something, because it's too much going on with my scalp. Now, that was due to using excess oils on my scalp, which I knew nothing, absolutely nada about. So when I met this person that began to break some of this stuff down for me, I was glued in. I was locked in. Teach me, because I love to be taught. So I became very eager. Now, I'm not the type of person that takes information and sits on it. I don't do that. I take information and I act on it because I know I'm smart enough to know that I need to test anything that comes to me, because person can tell me anything. Person can tell me that it's raining, but it's really pissing on my head. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta test things. I was smart enough to know that. So I started testing the scalp care. Now what happened was when I began to do what I'm doing right now, which is detox my scalp, remove buildup from my scalp. As I learned what buildup was, I was like, oh shit, I gotta go tell somebody, because this is powerful information. The fact that doing this can increase the hair growth rate is fact, not fiction. It's fact. It happened for me, and it happened for my clients. Now what happened was, as I'm getting into the scalp care, right, I'm detoxing everybody's scalp, and I'm seeing the buildup coming up. Even people who look like they ain't got no buildup, when you get into it, they got buildup. And I'm like, oh, wow. They started growing. They coming in, I was taught, at 2-week intervals. So I got them coming in twice a month. They getting their scalp scratched, they getting their hair shampooed, and the process is to follow up with a silk press after the blowout and everything. So I'm doing this. 2 weeks later, 4 weeks later, a month in, I'm seeing growth. 4 sessions later, 4 appointments later, 2 months later, I'm seeing real increase in growth. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, right? I'm like, this stuff works. I'm hooked. Now, I'm so hooked on the scalp care that I ain't took the time out to question nothing else as far as what I've been taught about this approach. Because it was just like an overwhelming plethora of, yep, you doing this, he was doing that, and that's why he was having these problems. So for me, any and everything that was being pointed to me, like, okay, this causes an issue, this causes an issue, this causes an issue, I was like, okay, stop doing this. So no more braids, no more weaves. I stopped using conditioner, which was good. I'm going to get into that deeper, conditioner, because it's the same thing with the oil. I was taught no oil on the scalp. And I'm like, okay. It's a lot to take in, but I'm applying it, right? And as I'm applying it, it's being taught to me to also teach this to my clients, because this is what sets you apart. Educating, which I'm all for, because I'm that type of person anyway. As soon as I learn something, I want to go tell somebody, because I'm excited hell. So I want to go tell somebody. So I'm doing this with my clients. And I'm telling them what to use. Instead of conditioner, we are using a hydration treatment, which is an inorganic water that the person that taught me this created. So I'm like, okay, cool, perfect. My hair felt different, and that was constantly pointed out to me. And it was also taught to me to point this out to my clients, that, hey, your hair is different. Don't it feel better? Ain't it easier to manage? And all of these things were true. The hair did feel better. It was easier to blow out and get through. It wasn't shedding as much. I was able to comb through 4C hair, thick, what we like to call ethnic hair, with a fine tooth comb, y'all, with no shedding. Talk about amazed. I was amazed. I'm in this. I'm behind me. I'm in the mirror, because when I get to the back of my hair, I'm gonna have to turn around. I can't see back there. It's it's me. It's me behind me. I'm amazed, y'all. So, in me being amazed, I'm spreading this stuff like wildfire, okay? Because I'm like, dude, I done been taught some stuff, and I'm finna teach it to y'all, because this is amazing, right? And then I started to have issues a few months in with my hair, and I also started experiencing unexpected issues with my clients. Like, my clients still wanting to wear extensions, braids. My clients still wanting to use oils, you know what I'm saying, on their scalp. Some of my clients weren't wanting silk presses. They just wanted the scalp care and a blowout. Some of my clients are men. So they wanted what could help with the hair growth. They wanted the hair loss solution. They don't need no damn silk press. So, of course, this leads me to trying to figure out something different. Now, the problem is, I got myself linked up with the type of person. It's different type of people in the world, especially when it comes to like people that educate, right? You got those ones that teach you and they want you to follow everything that they say verbatim to a T. And then you have those ones that teach you and they're like, this is the blueprint. Go out there, figure it out for yourself. I like that second type. The first type is really what I got myself involved with. The type that wants you to do everything that they do to a T. And if you deter from that, then, you know what I'm saying, you only got yourself to blame, right? If you come out with a different result. Now, me, and this is what happens, y'all, when you're ignorant. And I'm just going to call it for what it is. Ignorance is nothing but a lack of knowledge. The good thing about ignorance is that it's curable, right? Because you can go get you some daggone knowledge. You don't have to depend on nobody for knowledge. You don't have to depend on, you can go find, especially the day and generation that we live in, baby, we live in the age of information. You can go find something out. But I was so in the state of feeling like I didn't know anything, y'all. I felt like I didn't know nothing. And for 10 years behind the chair, I struggled my first year with women's hair. So I for dang sure didn't know nothing about how to deal with women's hair. So feeling out of my element, I wanted that one-on-one guidance. I wanted somebody to kind of walk me through it. You know what I'm saying? And this person was very good about, you know, kind of, you don't need to go figure it out for yourself because I already figured it out. Just come to me. I got the info and I'm willing to give it to you. Why make it harder for yourself by going to go figure it out for yourself? That's stupid. So, me kind of following that. I'm just trying to do everything to an exact, to a T. But like I said, I started having issues. Now, the issue that I was having with my own hair was that at one point, maybe about, if I started in April, by August, by my birthday, I was shedding. My hair was not as long as it was when I first got started. And if my clients was doing every 2 weeks, I was shampooing probably every week because I had realized that going an excessive amount of time without shampooing your hair is a big way to encourage your hair to fall out because it's got too much stuff in it. You got too much stuff on your scalp. You ain't getting none of that stuff off. So it's just like, how can I say it? It's like taking in things that you don't need to take in. It ain't no good for your health. And then like not drinking no water to flush it out. It's going to take longer for that stuff to get out your system without you doing something about it. So when that clicked in my brain, I'm like, okay, so just start shampooing. So that's what I did. I started shampooing very frequently. And my hair was still shading. And I was like, okay. So then I'm asking questions. Because again, I'm in this state of feeling like I don't know much, right? So I'm asking questions. And I'm like, why is this happening? Oh, hold on, y'all. I need my glasses. I'm like, why is this happening? My hair is shading. And it was like, well, are you doing everything? Are you tying your hair down at night? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? And I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't tying my daggone hair down at night every night. Shoot, I wasn't. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm the type, I'll run till I can't run no more. So shoot, I would run all day. By the time I sit down somewhere, next thing you know, I'm asleep. And I was intending to do some other stuff before I even fell asleep freaking sleep. So I wasn't always. Now I would try to catch myself and be like, girl, put your bonnet on or wrap your hair up because you might fall asleep. I tried to do that, all right? But now, I'm also thinking in my head that because I'm increasing the amount of care that I'm doing, I'm telling my clients every 2 weeks, but I'm doing every week. I'm thinking I should be all right. Now, in reality, maybe I would have been, but I was using harmful products. I didn't know I was using harmful products, right? So I'm shampooing the crap out of my hair. And it's just breaking, and it's just breaking, and it's just breaking. 10 months later, I now know that my hair was breaking off due to the shampoos and the products that I was using in my hair that I was recommending. But we ain't got to talk about that. I couldn't figure it out. So I focused on my clients. Now, what I got caught up in was the fact that my clients were experiencing growth. So for me, good things are happening. Your hair is growing, it's softer, it's better, it's easier to manage. And in my brain, I've been taught that all of this is great things, which it is. Don't get me wrong. It is great. That's fact. For you to be able to comb through your hair easier, it minimizes the chance of you breaking your hair as you combing through it. Breaking it is still pulling it out. You still gotta wait for it to regrow. So that's fact. The scalp care, increasing hair growth again. That's fact. Shampooing more frequently so that you can get the buildup and the product and the oils and the natural oils that we create or secrete on our own out of your hair. You need to do that. That's fact. So the thing about it is that when it comes down to some bullshit, excuse my French, but when it comes down to some bullcrap, some truth is always mixed in with the bullshit. So, I ain't seen no bullshit yet because I'm so locked in with all of the good things. I'm a very optimistic person. I like to try to see the best in anybody. It could be a nasty ass person, and I'm like, well, you never know what they went through. You never know what took them to this place in life that might cause them to be this way. We all go through, different change. I'm that type of person. I like to try to see the good stuff because I feel like if you focus on the negative, then you'll become a negative, nasty type of person. So I'm looking at the good. They growing. It's easier for me to comb their hair. I'm not struggling through it. It's not taking me 4 hours. We good, right? So I'm going on. I'm not thinking nothing of nothing. It's still in the back of my head what's going on with my hair. But I'm thinking maybe I need to trim it more. Maybe I need to, because that was put out there too. Like, well, you ain't get rid of all the damage. Now, I was taught to trim minimally at 2-week intervals at these sessions so that the damage can be removed over time without having complete, drastic hair loss, right? Because nobody... Look, especially when it comes to women, unless a woman is going through some type of change where she's like, you know what, I'm over it, I want to cut it. Women do not like to lose inches off of their hair, period. I don't care. We don't. We very away about our hair. And some men are too, especially when they're trying to grow it. If you're trying to grow your hair and your goal is to get long hair as long as you can get or whatever the case may be, baby, you don't want your hair cut off. This made sense to me. I also felt this way. Being behind the chair, I cut men's hair for 10 years. In that process, of course, I cut some women's hair too. So I've learned what I like to call scissor nightmares. Clients going in, they say I only want a little bit taken off, and then somebody whacks their shit off. And now they upset. This is facts. This is what we like to call hair trauma. All right. So when you got hair trauma, it'll keep you from wanting to go back to the salon. So me, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. I'm trimming minimally. I'm also trying to do this for my hair. But in this process, I'm being taught that you really can't do it for yourself. You need somebody else to do it for you. So I go to a friend. I'm like, I want to trim. Actually, I got to a point where I was like, let's cut a little bit. Now, when I did that, I didn't have a clear vision of what I wanted. Because when you say the word cut, it trains the mindset. Words are important. And we're going to learn this more and more that we go on through this story. Our words are very important. I said cut. The mindset began to think cut. And the hair got taken shorter than I wanted it to go. All right, now this is my fault because I wasn't clear. Now, when it got cut, what was going on with it started to show even more. Because now at this point, I'm starting to have kind of like more new growth than I am what I like to call trained and conditioned hair. 10 times out of 10, if you're a woman, you done straightened your hair at some point. If you wear your hair, you done straightened it at some point. Your ends and your hair began to get trained from that heat over time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the longer that the hair is, it really is easier to keep it shorter. To keep it straighter, longer than it is shorter hair. Shorter hair, you ain't gonna keep it straight as long. Shorter hair, baby, you might curl it today, it might be poofy tomorrow. Okay, because you got a lot of new growth in there that's not trained, that's coming in fresh as it is, the way that it comes in. Now, if you're not relaxing, your stuff is gonna be a little kinky. So, my hair being a little bit kinky, being short, it began to show. What I did not realize until 10 months later, I got motherfucking damage on my hair. Now, I'm doing everything that I have been taught to do at this point because I'm taking everything seriously. So by this time, I done got the cut to try to help. At this time, I'm making sure that I'm getting my scalp detoxed. At this time, I'm shampooing frequently. At this time, I'm only putting heat on my hair on fresh shampoo day because I don't want to burn my hair from, sweating, secreting oils. Maybe I put some coconut oil on my hair or something the day that I did it. And if I turn around and put heat on it, I don't want to fry it. So I shampoo it and I get it clean. I get a clean surface. I get a clean canvas before I put any heat on it. I'm doing this, y'all. I'm doing everything. Everything that I know to do, that I've been taught to do, right? Now, it seems like it's working for my clients, but for some reason, my hair can't get it together. Couldn't figure it out. What happened, which tends to happen sometimes, because one thing you gotta know, one thing that's good to know, at least in my case, is that you got heavenly forces, especially when you trying to do the right thing. You got heavenly forces looking out for you. So my heavenly forces was looking out for me. It caused me to start paying attention to what was being said to me, paying attention to how those things that was being said to me made me feel, and also how it was affecting me. So something was said to me that pissed me off. I was asked a question, and in this question, I knew I was being taunted. I knew that I was being asked because this person felt like I didn't know the answer. And when I gave the answer, of course, it was like, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Several times in this equation, I was hit with the, yeah, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're talking about. And it was like, okay, well, ain't that what you're supposed to be teaching me for? You know what I'm saying? When you have a good teacher, if you see that I'm ignorant, wouldn't you teach me instead of taunt me? You know what I'm saying? So I'm beginning to pay attention to this stuff. Now, when I was asked this question and hit with the response that I was hit with, by this time I had done took in a lot of information, and I had done took in a lot of paying attention to everything that had been said to me. Because one thing I am is kind of almost like a tape recorder. Sometimes I remember a whole lot of stuff that people say to me because I pay attention. How the hell you gonna get somewhere if you ain't paying attention? So I'm replaying all this stuff. When the question was asked, it pissed me off, and it caused me to say, you know what? I bet you I'm going to fix this situation. See, when you allow a person to teach you, quote unquote, everything that you know, you give them the power over you to make you feel like all you know is what they teach you, and that you wouldn't know nothing if it wasn't for them, and that you're not capable, really, of going to go find other information on your own, because if you was able to figure it out on your own, you wouldn't be here with me trying to get the information that I got, right? You got to be careful with people, because everybody ain't out here just trying to teach you some stuff because they genuinely want you to know something. Some people are trying to teach you things because they want to be able to manipulate you. If I got information that you want, that you feel like you need, then I have the control to make you tune into me if you want this information. So that's how you get a little truth mixed in with a little bit of bull malarkey, because a person is always going to give you some bull malarkey if they ain't genuine. Because if I tell you the full truth, you will not need me. That's with anything in life. That's just like the doctor, y'all. You go to the doctor, right? And the doctor tell you, oh, you got this and this going on. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to get. Now you coming to the doctor already. He's doing something for them. It's helping they practice, right? And then them giving you this information, these recommendations, these products, these medicines, whatever, is going to keep you coming back to that doctor, because now this doctor done told you that this is what's going to work for you, and you trying to, and you want to believe that it's going to work, unless you're a skeptic, which is good. It's good to be a skeptic. Unless you're a skeptic, you're going to believe, because when you're at a point of desperation to find answers, that's the easiest time to be manipulated. That's the easiest time, because I know you're thirsty for something. Because I know you're thirsty, I'm going to feed you what I want you to be fed. Not necessarily everything that you need, but I'm going to feed you what I want you to be fed, so you continue to come to me to be fed. Now, that's a person that wants to manipulate. It's two different types of people in this world. It's the type of person that when a person comes to them hungry, they'll give them something to eat. Then it's another type of person in this world that says, okay, you hungry, I'm going to feed you. But what I'm also going to do is teach you how to feed yourself. Now, a person like that, if they genuine, is going to teach you how to be self-sufficient. And they are there as a tool and a resource if you get to a point along that journey where you feel like you need a little guidance. That's what people that are that way are for. I'm going to teach you how to do it so that you can do it for yourself. If you get lost along the way, here I am. These type of people don't micromanage, they don't manipulate, and they don't try to control you. Because we all have free will. Going back to the doctor thing, you could go into the doctor and say, the doctor tells you that you got cancer, and they can recommend to you chemo, radiology, whatever, and say that this is going to be the best bet and the best shot for you to live. Now, on my journey of trying to live a more holistic lifestyle in general, not just with my hair, but in general, I've learned that there's been some people that were told that they had cancer, and they didn't go through chemo. They didn't go through radiology. They began to use food as their medicine. They began to stop eating some of the things that they were eating that was really causing the problems that they were experiencing in the first place. And when they began to switch those things out, the body began to have what it needed to fight back. And then people whooped cancer. That inspired out of me, because I'm like, whoa, there's different options out here. Of course, there's different options out here. How was stuff getting done before all this other stuff that they done created got to coming about? So, with that being said, the thing that was said to me, the question that was asked to me, pissed me off and showed me, finally, that I needed to stop just taking a person's word for it and looking into things for myself. Mo, you got a brain. You figure it out. Alright, so I'm 10 months in. Now, I've been taught the definition of holistic at this point. That I did look up myself. What it means to be holistic is to look at something from the whole picture and not just one particular part. So, for health, for instance, if you got diabetes, we need to look at everything that may be causing you to have this condition. Is it hereditary? What are you eating? Are you drinking water? Are you exercising? All of these different things that go into why you may be experiencing this problem. You gotta hit everything, because everything works in conjunction function to make something work. So I'm like, all right, Mom, the issue that you're having, and it's not that my hair wasn't growing. My hair has been growing this entire time. What the problem was that I knew deep down my hair wasn't healthy. Now, when I would straighten my hair would look great, especially from the front, and I hardly ever look at the back. And when I'm in this mirror and I look from this mirror into my mirror back there, I can't see the way I can when I'm recording on camera. Doing content creation, it's a lick. So I'm looking at my hair on camera. And I'm like, girl, why I look like that? Now in my brain, I can't figure out why I look like that. I can't figure it out because I'm doing everything that I've been taught to do that should yield me the results that I'm looking for. So I can't figure it out. So I'm going into the holistics. I look at scalp care. I'm like, okay, detox the scalp. I get the buildup off the scalp. I don't think that's the issue. My hair is growing, but it's still damaged, which is causing it to struggle. So why is my hair damaged? And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, well, you do put heat on it frequently, but I don't put heat on my hair every day. So I can lie to y'all, but I ain't the lying type of B-word. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the lying type of girl. I ain't gonna just sit up and lie to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. So I can lie to y'all and tell y'all, oh, I only straighten my hair when I freshly shampoo it. But then go back and put heat on my hair every time that y'all see me, whether I shampooed it or not, so that my hair always looks good, right? Which gives you the impression that I'm always having a great hair day. And I ain't put no heat on my hair in a week. Not true. So with my hair will look good the day that I do it. And it would still look good the next day. And most importantly, it would still feel good for the days to come. But as the days go on, it starts getting poofier and poofier. Now, this is because I don't put heat on my hair outside of, I typically don't. Let me say that. It's routine for me to not put heat on my hair after I freshly shampoo it, except for that same day. All right. So because of this, my hair is not as frequently as I felt like, well, you are putting heat on it weekly. I'm like, me putting heat on it once a week with no product really in it, that shouldn't be causing it to be damaged. I don't relax it. I ain't been braiding it. I ain't been wearing no wigs. Why is my hair breaking off? Alright. So, I got to the point where I did start using wigs again. Not wigs, but clip-ins. And I did braid my hair. Braided my hair twice. And when I took my hair down, it had grew. Now see, I was taught that you can't have healthy hair wearing braids. Fiction. False. Now, wearing braids can negatively affect your hair. Let's not get it twisted. But so can anything. Because I wasn't doing none of that stuff and my hair was still damaged and I couldn't figure out why. Alright, so as I go into holistics, I'm like, alright, it ain't the scalp care. I look at scalp care and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it ain't that. It ain't because I'm detoxing. It ain't because I'm not detoxing enough. Because I'm exfoliating my scalp regularly. More than I'm exfoliating my client's scalp. So, no, it ain't that. It's not that. So then the next thing for me to go to was my shampoos. Now the shampoos that I've been using, I've been recommended by this person that taught me this approach. And the person is very testy about their approach. It's theirs. They don't want it messed with. They don't want it altered. All right, cool. I respect that. I respect, what is that, like, creative control? I get it. It's your shit. You want it the way you want it. You want it done the way that you want it. I get it. Okay, cool. So, I'm doing it. But, like I said, after I got teed off, I started looking into stuff for myself. So I look into the shampoo, and I'm like, what's in this shampoo? How do you make, I started asking questions like, how do you make shampoo? What needs to be in shampoo? Then when I started seeing, remembering, because I was taught this in beauty school, about surfactants and, you know, cleansing agents that we use in these shampoos in order for them to be effective. Your shampoo don't got a surfactant, a cleansing agent, aka a cleansing agent. It's not gonna be effective. So I'm like, okay, yes, all of this makes sense. All right, well, let's talk about the different surfactants. I'm looking into this stuff because I'm like, you know what, Mo? You need to compile all this information because I don't like to gatekeep and I don't like to leave nothing out. See, things were left out on me intentionally because certain people, when they teaching you something, they don't ever want you to be able to come back stronger or harder than them. So they limit you by limiting what they tell you. I'm not the type of person. I don't like the gatekeeping. I don't like to limit information. I try my best to spit everything out. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to give something to somebody. So I'm like, take in all this information, start writing it down. Maybe you can make an ebook for people because we do need to be able to better understand hair care. And not just by going to go get in the chair of a professional, but knowing how to take care of our hair at home. Because unless your tail is in the beauty shop more than you at home dealing with your own hair, you need to know how to take care of it for yourself. Don't become so dependent on your hair care professional that you don't know how to take care of your hair for yourself. This is what I'm looking at. This is Mo's big picture. Now, as a cosmetologist, of course I was taught to make the client dependent on me. That's how I make my money, right? It's never about the money for me. So when people be thinking that I'm jealous of them or moved by them because of what they have, if you ain't got integrity, I don't care what you got. Because you probably did some janky stuff to get it. I don't care what you got. Only thing that I could really be jealous of is somebody having such integrity that shows me like, oh, my integrity is lacking. Dang. And even then, I'm not going to be jealous. I'm going to be intrigued. I want to change to be more like what I really want to be. Saying all that to say, I started looking into the shampoo. Gosh darn it. Because I done downloaded this app. I got the best friend in the whole wide world because she put me on game. And I thank the Father first because he gave me a great, amazing best friend. And then I thank her second for being who she is. So she hits me. I'm telling her about what's going on. And I'm telling her, like, I'm looking into this stuff. And I'm finna figure out what's going on. I'm telling her. And she like, oh, friend, you need to use Yucca. And I'm like, the app you told me about that one time? See, I'm always looking for stuff that sometimes I do close myself off from other stuff because I'm like, dang, that's too much for me to process right now. I'm still processing this over here. But I know that that's good, so let me put it in. Let me store it. I was familiar with the app, but I had never got into it like that. And I was like, the app you told me about? She was like, yeah. Scan that stuff up in there. She ain't even waste no time because I done taught her to use these shampoos and these products as well. She scanned them. Screenshot. Girl, look at what's up in this. I said, oh, shit. Horrible, horrible ingredients. I'm like, oh, snap. Wait a minute. Let me download the app. I download the app. I get to scanning. Boop. Boop. These products on Yuka, the way that they rate their products is on a scale of 0 to 100. The closer you are to 100, the more safe that the product is. The further you are away from 100, the more dangerous the product is. These shampoos is pulling up 0 for 100. These products is pulling up at max 10 out of 100. It was only one product that pulled up with a passing score, and it was at a 51 of 100. That for me still wasn't good enough. I'm teed off at this point. Now I started looking into the products deeper as I'm realizing the ingredients that's in them. Start looking into them. And I started finding out, oh, not only are these products damaging for the hair, but they're also damaging and toxic to our overall health. Like, they can mess with your reproductive system and stuff. Hold up. I know you lie. The facts don't lie. So, at this point, I'm pissed off. Because now I realize it's the products that has my hair damaged. So, what I had been doing was using a clarifying shampoo. What I thought was a clarifying shampoo because it is not. But I thought it was because that's what I was told. Like a dummy, I never fully read the bottle. I was told the key ingredients to look for. Make sure it's got the avocado and silk in it. Make sure it's, so that's what I look for. Avocado and silk, and I see it. Now, why in the hell I didn't see the big neutralizing over it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure why my brain didn't even process this big ass neutralizing across this product. Now, I was taught by this person that created this approach that neutralizing and clarifying is one and the same. So no big deal, right? Well, but it is. I looked into it because as I'm making these videos for y'all, another thing that I was told is to practice what I preach. So I'm doing it. I'm looking into it. I ain't just telling y'all about it and not looking into it because I've been doing that, right? All right, so I'm changing what I'm doing. And I look into it and I'm like, girl, this is neutralizing shampoo. I already done looked into the difference of what neutralizing shampoo and clarifying shampoo is. Now, clarifying shampoo is for, say you have hard tap water and you're shampooing your hair and everything, and you got this hard tap water leaving minerals and traces of things that are in the water on your hair. You use clarifying shampoo for that, okay? Let's say you have a lot of product buildup. You use a lot of product in your hair. Say you use a lot of edge control or oils or whatever, and you got a lot of stuff in your hair. You also use clarifying shampoo for that, right? So I'm like, okay, yeah, makes sense. I don't really have a lot of product buildup, but as y'all can kind of see as I was going through scratching my scalp, I do have scalp buildup. So to me, buildup is buildup. I need to get it out. I also have hard tap water here. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to use the clarifying shampoo. However, I've been using neutralizing shampoo. Now, neutralizing shampoo is used to restore the pH of the hair after it's been chemically processed, which means we put a relaxer on it, we put a color on it, we put a permanent wave solution on it. We did something to chemically process and alter the hair, which changes the pH of the hair, and then we need to restore it back down by using a neutralizing shampoo. Now, the key difference between actual neutralizing shampoos and clarifying shampoos is that it is very clear that neutralizing shampoo is meant to be used after chemical processing, like relaxers. A lot of black women get relaxers. Relaxers always come with neutralizing shampoo. If you buy it out of the tub, you gotta get some neutralizing shampoo to rinse it out. Now, I knew this. Again, I taught myself relaxers when I was a teenager. I know damn well that neutralizing shampoo comes. When I read the bottle, now I'm feeling like I'm in the Twilight Zone because I'm like, I could have sworn I was using clarifying shampoo because that's what was said to me. Clarifying, clarifying, clarifying. And faith comes by hearing. So when a person is talking to you, you begin to, that's how narcissists work. Y'all know. A narcissist is going to tell you what that narcissist wants you to believe, good and bad. So what a narcissist does is it feeds you little backhanded compliments and things of that nature. But it don't ever want you to get to the point where you feeling yourself so much that you feel like you don't need that narcissist. So they also tear you down with the things that they say. It's like they say something sweet and then turn around and undercut you, backcut you. But the next thing that they say is to try to keep you in that sense of being able to be manipulated. Because, yeah, you alright, but you only alright because I say you alright. You know, get beside yourself. It's how pimps are able to pimp out women. Alright. So, I'm hearing clarifying so much that my brain just done started believing. Because I'm believing in what I'm hearing. And I'm using clarifying shampoo. When I realized I was using neutralizing shampoo, I was like, oh, freak. Alright, this is where your hair is broke off. I'm using neutralizing shampoo weekly. I'm also using another product that's got harmful chemicals in it. I'm using harmful things to care for my hair. And not just my hair, but my client's hair as well. Now, at this time, I'm pissed the fuck off, okay? I ain't gonna even lie. I'm pissed the fuck off because I'm like, How, Mo, could you be so slow that you've allowed somebody to manipulate all of this information that you never took the time out to go look into this stuff for yourself? You silly girl. I'm mad at myself, y'all. Because I'm mad at myself, this brings me on this journey too. All right, we realized the problem. Let's go fix it. So I found an actual clarifying shampoo that has passing ratings on Yuka, that uses safe ingredients. Only 2 of the ingredients in this product have low risk ingredients in them that could cause like allergic reactions or irritations to the skin, things of that nature. But they ain't gonna give you no toxic health problems, okay? I went and found me a different moisturizing shampoo. I'm still not using conditioner now. Jumping into the conditioner. I'm gonna hit it quickly. I'm gonna hit oil quickly. I'm gonna hit braids and weaves quickly, because all of that is gonna have to be dove into in a different way. But I'm gonna hit it very quickly because these were all things that I was told to stray away from. And now I'm going back and I'm questioning everything that I've been told, because it's not lining up for me. You can't tell me that the only way to have healthy hair is by straightening it and following this specific regimen, but I'm doing it and then my hair is unhealthy. And then you turn around and point out what's going on with the hair, but never mention, oh, it's what you're using that's got your hair like that. You don't even use the stuff that you're telling people to use in their hair, but you're telling somebody to use it and don't stray from it. It's crazy. All that shit being said, y'all, conditioner will make you feel like you got something coated on the hair. A lot of people don't like, actually my Caucasian clients taught me early on in my journey, but I just thought they was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. They was like, no, don't put no conditioner in my hair. It weighs my hair down. It makes my hair feel greasy. And I was like, you need conditioner, because I done been conditioned to believe that we need conditioner in order to have hydrated hair. It's not hydrated. It's moisturizing. It's the difference. I'm thinking they crazy. Conditioner will weigh the hair down. Conditioner is not necessary if you're getting a silk press service. If you are the type of person that straightens your hair, even if you're a person that has a straighter hair type, but you still put heat on your hair. If you're putting heat on it, period, direct pressed heat, you don't need conditioner. It's going to burn your hair. You don't need heat protectants. It's going to burn your hair. When I went through Yuka and went through the beauty supplies and scanned all those products, conditioners, poor scores. Heat protectants, poor scores. You don't really need it. I did find a conditioner that had a 100 for 100 score. And I think that I'm going to go back and get that for my curly hair clients, because conditioner is made for people with curly hair. With curlier hair types, it helps with their curls. Now, it may stiffen the hair depending on what type of conditioner that you use. It may put whatever is in it and then kind of lock it. That can be an issue if you don't shampoo it out the way that you need to, as frequently as you need to. Leave-in conditioners can be dangerous, because you are then coating your hair with something and leaving it on there for as long as you're leaving it on there, and you still manipulating it, combing through it after the stuff is like latched onto it. It's like layers, because it's layers of stuff on it. It makes the hair more prone to breakage, if that makes any sense. But if you find you a good conditioner, because you put it in Yuka and you see what's in it, it may help your hair in a different way and not cause you some of those same issues. I would have to test it, but I don't want my hair curly. But my clients, some of my clients do. So we'll test it on them. Oils. Oils are not bad, okay? They're not bad in a general sense. However, you produce your own oil from your scalp and your skin, so you don't necessarily need oils, especially if you put an oil on your scalp because you're trying to get rid of like a dandruff problem. That's not gonna do it for you. A lot of the greases, and I used to use this one thing from Design Essentials that was like a grease. Oil your scalp with the grease, right? Horrible ingredients. Some of this stuff can make your scalp problem even worse. Some of this stuff can make the condition of your hair even worse. That is important. It is important to look into it. But never, I repeat, never just take a person's word for it. Understand what I'm saying? That's why I gave you all in part one the tool that I'm using to access this information. Now, I'm smart enough to know that people are lazy. So that's why I also look into stuff and then I post it up here so that you can just watch it. You don't have to go and look it up for yourself. You can watch it because I'm looking it up right here in real time. But what I'm not doing is telling you one thing and then just leaving you with what I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to give you the information fully so that you can have a full understanding. I hate when people manipulate me. I really do. I really dislike it. Off when somebody gives me half of the truth because now I'm not able to make a fully informed decision. It's like a man trying to get with you. You know what I'm saying? This man trying to get with you, but he don't tell you that he got a wife at home. And y'all just been hanging out and everything is all good. And yeah, it's great things about this man. It's wonderful things about this man. But Negro, you still lied. How dare you sit up here and lie to me and then trick me by only telling me all of this good stuff about you. But really, it's a whole bunch of stuff about you that needs some checking and correcting. That I don't appreciate. That I'd rather not deal with so closely. So you always got to check into stuff. Because no matter how much great news that a person gives you or information that a person gives you, you still don't know, especially if you ignorant, if that's true or not, unless you go look for yourself. So with oils, back to oils, it's the proper way to use them. Read the directions and stuff on things, because some oils do come in directions. Some oils tell you put this on your scalp before shampooing and then shampoo it out. A lot of oils have been said that they can make the hair grow and things of that nature. I haven't tested it, so I don't know. I know when I was using oil on my hair, I can't say that it made my hair grow. My hair was growing regardless. I can't say that it made it grow. I can't say that it didn't help it grow. But I know that it helped cause further scalp problems for me. I know that since I stopped using oil on my scalp, that my hair has still grown. It's continued to grow. And I also feel like I have less scalp issues because I replaced oil with actually removing buildup from my scalp. So when I use oil now, I use oil to smooth frizz. If I do my hair and it's frizzy, or if I do a client's hair and it's frizzy, I use some oil to help smooth it. I also use oil to help weigh down the hair a little bit when it's a crap ton of hair. I use it to kind of have more control over the hair. But I don't really feel like it's necessary for you to put on your scalp. Unless you got something going on. Maybe it could be beneficial. That's something that I'm going to have to explore. Braids. Moving on to braids. And while I'm at braids, I'm going to go ahead and hit wigs and extensions. Your hair can still grow wearing braids and wearing extensions. You can have healthier hair wearing braids and wearing extensions. I know that I may have told y'all different in the past. But again, I was in the process of being indoctrinated. Then I was trying to stick to that doctrine. However, because I have clients that weren't so willing to stick with that doctrine, I've learned that you can have healthier hair. The positive changes can still make a positive impact on the hair, even if you're still wearing braids and you're still wearing extensions, wigs, things of that nature. Now, the dangers of wearing wigs, wearing braids, wearing extensions. One, if you leave them braids in your hair too long, guaranteed you're going to lose some hair. Two, if you braid up them edges too tight, guaranteed you might lose some edges. Three, if you put a harsh edge control braiding product, which most of them are. I have one that's a passing score. I found one in the beauty supply that's a passing score. And the one in the beauty supply does not have as high of a passing score as the one that I order. I'm going to do a video because I'm about to do me some braids. And I'm going to do a video letting y'all see what's in those so that you can kind of check it out for yourself when you're making these decisions. If you use harsh edge control, of course, you're going to have some breakage and you're going to have some damage to your hair because of what you're putting into it. You can't wear the braids for too long. You can't get them back to where all the time you wear them because it's tension. If I pull my hair up in a ponytail, it's tension. If I'm grabbing my hair to braid it, you see how that pull my skin tight? It's tension. So if you're constantly putting that tension on your hair, of course you can break it. So of course it can be dangerous to do in excess. Anything in excess, baby, can be damaging. Using the wrong fucking products in your hair in excess can cause your shit to fall out too. Excuse my French. Anything in excess can cause your hair to fall out. With wigs, when it comes to wigs, if you are putting lace glue on your skin and dang there on your scalp, if you the type of person that put it on and then push it back, right? Because this is the beginning parts of your scalp. Your scalp is your skin, so it's all running, you know what I'm saying, the same direction. You putting that stuff on your hair, you don't know what's in that stuff, and that stuff got stuff in it that's harmful. Of course it's gonna tear up this whole region, and this is going to begin to be really thin. If you constantly using edge control, again, whether you wear braids or not, let's just say you wear your hair, but you always like to do your edges. You like to put you some baby hair and, you know, slick your edges. You know what I'm saying? With edge control. If you're using a harmful edge control, of course, your edges is going to start to thin after. Especially if you constantly putting it in and you're not doing nothing to remove it. You barely shampooing, or you using bad products to shampoo with, it's not really cleaning it, things of that nature. If you wearing wigs, and let's say you're not gluing it down, but you also not taking it off every day, and you just constantly got your hair suffocated underneath this wig, it's sweating, your hair is being basically stuck in this position because you're not doing nothing with it. You just got the wig on all the time. This includes like U-part units that you clip in extensions that you clip in, anything, any type of weave that you put into your hair and then keep it in your hair in place for a set amount of time. That can be damaging. You're not going through your hair and what I like to call tending to your scalp, because I was taught, which is fact, to gently exfoliate your scalp. So like the scalp brush that I use to shampoo my hair, I also use to exfoliate my scalp on a day-to-day basis to help remove buildup from my scalp, and then also to help stimulate it so that my hair can continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? That's important. It helps to get some of that stuff out and off the scalp on a consistent basis. If your hair is consistently covered, your scalp is consistently covered, you consistently mold your hair with like hardening products like freeze spray, spritz, things of that nature. Your hair is always like stuck on top of your scalp or braided up to where it's, you don't have the braids in so long that it's matted. Of course, you're gonna have some damage. That's a healthy way to do everything now. So for me, I am breaking free of the limitations that have been put on me and my business by following so closely in somebody else's footsteps that's not even doing some of the stuff that they talking about. They don't even do for themselves because they don't realize this fucking them up. It's damaging their hair. It's messing with their skin. But they ain't put out no PSA like, hey, this is what I found out. You know what I'm saying? Even selling the shit, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's crazy. And you know there's something wrong with it. I, myself, that's why in the beginning of my video, I said, in the beginning of part 1, I said I need to issue a public apology because I've been recommending these products. Now, I wasn't recommending these products maliciously. I thought that they were good products. I thought that they would help along the healthy hair journey. But now that I realize that they don't, I'm not going to continue just because I don't want to be embarrassed at the fact that I done told y'all something that wasn't true, that I didn't look into. No, my integrity causes me to come say, hey, y'all, let me tell you what I done did. I realized where I done messed up at. I messed up. This is what happened. This is what's going on. And this is what I'm doing to fix it. This is what I'm doing to try to correct what I've done. It takes integrity to admit that you've made mistakes that have yielded consequences that aren't desirable. When it comes down to feeding people information, you gotta be very careful because I'm just a firm believer that there's a ledger being taken on what you're teaching people. You mess around and lead people astray and telling them that you're taking them to the promised land. You might have some consequences later on down the line. I don't want that. I'm telling people I'm trying to take them to the promised land. I better be genuinely trying to do everything that I can to get us there. Like, not, you know, just make y'all think so that y'all stay along the journey with me. No, shoot. I gotta be honest. I have to be honest. Integrity is being honest and having a strong moral standard. Like, my moral code just keeps me, you know what I'm saying, from just, I'm not the line type, you know, even when I'm doing stuff that's wrong. Like this, I did something wrong. I'm not gonna lie about the fact that I did something wrong. I was wrong because I never looked. I didn't even read the fucking bottle. I didn't even read it word for word. If I had read it word for word, I would have saw neutralizing shampoo, neutralizing and clarifying. How is that so when they do two different things? And then I would have realized that clarifying is only on this bottle. One time. Ain't that some shit? So it's really not a clarifying. It's really a neutralizing. That's what it's created for. So it has to work as a neutralizer would in order for it to be neutralizing. Had I done that, wouldn't have went 10 months not knowing. Wouldn't have had frizzy, broken off hair and not knowing why. Had I taken the time to look into stuff for myself instead of allowing a person's knowledge to intimidate my own. Because that's what it was, you know, that was our belief in my heart. But that was the intent. For me to be like, well, I don't need to use my brain power. I'll just use this person's because they have so much brain power over me, right? I don't know nothing about what I'm doing. So, of course, I need to go to somebody smarter than me. I don't want y'all to think that that's the wrong thing to do. It is the right thing to do. If somebody is doing something that you're trying to do, it is smart to get in with that person to see if that person can teach you and help you get to where you're trying to go. What's not smart is to then hold that person up to this standard, whether you do it on your own or whether they influence you to where you don't question this person. Yeah, no. Just like church. You ain't supposed to question God, okay? Well, what about the preacher? Well, the doctor went to school so that they go, yeah, but where does this come from? What's these side effects? And why would you be giving me something that might give me these types of side effects? You better ask some questions. You better go ask some questions and not only ask questions to that person or to that source, but also go ask questions just out there in general so that you can find the answers that you need, so that you can get to the truth, so that you're not getting fact mixed in with bull crap and then being presented like it's all pudding. Not some shit in that pudding. Excuse my French. Like, some poo in that pudding. And you better go find out what's really in it before you just keep eating it. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, moving forward, I'm focused on always to get to healthy hair care for all hair types, because just because who I learned from limits themselves don't mean that I have to limit myself. I already had a different skill set anyway because I use clippers and scissors. I cut hair. I already had a different arena of clients. I took what this person was doing because I was intrigued by it and I wanted to do more of it. I wanted to care for the hair, not just make it look good. So I took this information in. Then I kind of just pushed aside everything that I done learned over these years to learn this information. That's improper practice. So when you're getting information from people, myself included, always go look it up. If I tell you that something is going to do this, go look it up. I might be lying to you. I might be lying to you. I might be lying to you and don't know I'm lying to you. I might be intentionally lying to you. You'll never know if you don't go look into it. And then if you find something different, call me out on it. Well, I was looking and I saw. Yeah, you better do that. Whether it's me, whether it's your doctor, whether it's your friend, I don't care if it's your mama. You better go look into it. You better go look into it for yourself and make sure that you have a full understanding for yourself. I know that there's more ways to healthy hair care than wearing a silk press. I know that there's more ways to having healthy hair than using a specific product. Because just because these products that I found have passing scores and they're good, don't mean that nothing else out there will have passing scores and be good as well. Shoot, something can maybe have a lower score and work for somebody better and it still got a passing score, you know what I'm saying, but lower than what I use, it still work for them. You know what I'm saying? And everybody cares about different things. So you can always have them people who don't give a damn what's I don't care what's in it. Is it gonna make my hair do this? Is it gonna have my stuff, how I want it to be? Okay, cool. And they rocking with it, they don't care what's in it. But people who like to make informed decisions, they're gonna wanna know what's in it. So that's where I'm gearing up to. Is to help us understand what's in the products that we're using and how to incorporate that into a healthier approach for having healthier hair. Definitely scalp care is needed. Definitely paying attention to your products is needed. Definitely watching the way that you use heat on your hair and how frequently you use it on your hair. If you wear it straight or curled all the time is important. Even with braids. Learning how long you need to keep them in before your hair gonna start acting up on you. Learning how to not use harsh adhesives to stick these wigs to your skin. Like, all that is important. Because y'all see the horror stories. You know what I'm saying? You see the horror stories of, like, who was that? Countess Vaughn, who had done been using all that dang on lace glue, and her skin was, you know what I'm saying? Horrible. All these women that's done caught cancer, women and girls, done caught cancer from using relaxers. So it's like, when it was getting busted down, when I was finally busting it down, I was like, well, how are we gonna avoid chemicals? Chemicals are anything, are in everything. And I'm like, yeah, chemicals are in everything, but every chemical ain't gonna give you the higher risk of contracting cancer or contracting something that might mess with your reproductive system or that might mess with your endocrine system. Every chemical is not going to negatively affect your health. That's why Yucca shows you which chemicals have risk, which ones have low risk, which ones have moderate risk, and which ones have high risk. Because everything's got something in it, but it ain't gonna all kill you or hurt you, harm you. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to know what you're taking in. And it's important to know that and have that understanding for yourself. Don't let nobody piss on you and tell you that it's raining. I'm done being pissed on, okay? So I am taking my business, which, if I'm thinking about it, I go back to my heavenly forces and I remember when it was time for me to give up my suite, I was very sad. And I was looking at, because it wasn't that I couldn't afford the suite. I could afford it, but I could use that money in other places. Everything was too tight. It was too tight for me to where I was like, it's stupid for me to be giving these people my money, and I need this money. You know what I'm saying? So I took that and said, you know what, Mo, just come home and regroup. But in reality, I needed to come home and regroup because I was too plugged into what somebody else was doing and trying to do things exactly that way. That if I hadn't come from the suite, I would probably still be lost and confused and trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong within this direct set of directions that's causing me to have these issues. Not knowing that some of the things in the directions themselves was causing me the freaking issues. So, with that being said, do your due diligence, y'all. Do your due diligence in everything, in all things. Never just take a person's word for it, and not even mine, baby. Because like I said, it wasn't with malicious intent, but I still gave y'all improper information. I didn't do it maliciously. I wasn't trying to harm y'all. But I still recommended, to my clients and others, these shampoos that I didn't know had harmful ingredients in them. That, for me, I was like, oh no, I never want to be in that position again. So I'm going to make sure that I look into it for myself. I'm going to make sure that I figure these things out for myself. And then not just figure out how to make it work for me and how I like to wear my hair. Because I do like to wear my hair straight. I'm not going to lie. It is more manageable for me. But I like to wear braids sometimes too. And I like to add a little length to my hair sometimes too. Because maybe I'm going to go do something fancy and I want, you know what I'm saying, some long, flowy that day. I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. And I don't think that just because you decide to put some extensions or some braids into your hair once in a while, that you're just going to automatically have unhealthy hair. So, with that being said, we're going to explore all of these things together. That's what you can look forward to coming from me is a lot of breaking down what's in these products, a lot of going back to the basics when it comes to different hair types and different ways that we wear our hair. As I continue to ask my clients, that's something that I wasn't taught to do, but that I have found important is to ask my clients what their goals are. What is your goal? Because you might not want to wear your hair silk pressed. You might not want the most manageable hair. Maybe you just want your hair to be fuller. Maybe you just want more hair on your head. Maybe you just want to add scalp care into what you're already doing for your hair because you like your hair care routine. It could be different things. It could be so many different things. And to try to make everybody fit into a box, because that's all I'm willing to do, is stay within this box. That's unfair. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm going to make it seem like anything out this box is bull malarkey. That's unfair. Maybe it's really bull malarkey that I refuse to step out of that box to figure out other ways to help other people. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, especially with something like hair, because everybody got different hair types. Everybody's hair is different. Everybody does different things with their hair. But shouldn't everybody have the opportunity to have what we call healthy hair? What is healthy hair? Is it how it feels when you touch it? Because mine is real soft right now. Despite it looking crazy, it's real soft right now. But looking at it, I still know it's damaged. I finally realized, no, it's not just frizzy. No, it's not just because it's short and you pressing it and it's short and you don't got no relaxer. It's damaged. So just because it's soft don't make it healthy. Just because it's long don't make it healthy. What is healthy hair? We're going to find out together on this journey to healthy hair care. Because now that I'm in it, I'm going to figure it out. Because I know I've been given the ability to. So we're going to figure it out together. What is healthy hair? What does that look like? And for different people, it may look different. Healthy hair may be having healthy, bouncy curls that shine without having to put a whole lot of extra oil and things of that nature on it. Healthy hair may be straight hair that blows in the wind. Healthy hair may be strong hair. People like to wear locks. They want their locks strong. They don't want their locks so heavy that their hair is breaking off and can't take the weight. Healthy hair could be whatever it is for that person and what they looking for their hair to do. I don't want to have all these scalp issues, or I don't want to have to use all this product, or I don't want to have to. All that has to be explored, and it's too big of a arena to stay in a box. I love y'all. I love y'all for real, and I love y'all for free, because I ain't getting paid to do none of this. And even when I do, if I do, start getting paid to do this, it won't change my love for you. I'ma still love you enough to be real with you and not blow smoke up your butt. Because I want you to tune into what I'm talking about. I already know that with what I'm doing, the type of work that I'm destined to do, it's never going to be a popularity vote. It's never going to be a popular contest, because only things that are already presented as looking good and being put together are popular. Nobody really wants to, unless you kind of like a nasty person. Don't nobody really want to watch nobody struggle, because it just reminds you of your own struggle. But for me, to watch somebody struggle and then get out of that struggle, it's uplifting. You know what I'm saying? So it's only like a few certain individuals that can learn from a person's struggle like that and relate it to their own and then find hope in it. Like, dang, when I met them, they was going through such and such and so, and look how far they've come. I can do that too. That's what I intend to do. Lead by example, not by instruction. But by example, I've made faulty decisions, and I'm doing my best and my due diligence to shed light on the faulty decisions that I made by showing y'all where my logic was and how I even allowed this to happen to me. A lot of times when we get in relationships with narcissists, we don't understand how we was even in a position to let that happen. And a part of doing the holistics is going back and figuring out the whole picture. How you get involved with some stuff like this? Where was your mind at? What was you thinking about when you got into this? All that stuff is important. So that's why I've taken so much time to what I like to call unveil the truth behind what's really been going on. Because, of course, when you're trying to get people to tune into something, you want to show them what's great about it. I'm going to show you what's real about it, what's true about it. So, moving forward, now that I have shed the light on these products, I would try to sell them. But they so poo cheese that I'm just going to throw them away. And hope that they don't harm the freaking environment. That's why other countries got mad beef with us, too. That's one of the reasons is because they feel like the U.S. just be polluting and they do because they trying to whack us off. It's facts. I'm going to shampoo my hair. Not going to use clarifying today because I just clarified last week. You should only use clarifying shampoo twice a month at max. Because the level of cleansing can be harsh if you use it frequently and it can strip you dry. And being stripped dry will lead to damage, frizzy hair, and things of that nature that we do not want in our hair. So just moisturizing shampoo for me today. And then when I get to brighten my hair, I'm going to do a video real quick. Like, it might not be a short. I think shorts can be 3 minutes now, so maybe it will be a short. But just going through and showing y'all some of the different edge controls. Showing you the one that I use, and it's rating on Yuka. And also showing you the one other edge control that I found with passing ratings, because the rest was... And that's important to know if you care about what you put in your hair. So for those that care, we're going to figure out the best way to care together. And I'm excited for the journey. I will see you lovely people very soon. Remember to take care of yourselves. Take care of other people. Be kind to yourself and be kind to other people. It costs absolutely nothing to be kind to somebody, to be courteous, to be mindful of people. It don't cost nothing but a little effort. And make sure that if you're going to do it, that you do it genuinely. Because if you're not, you might as well not do it. Alright? We all reap what we sow. Sow with genuine intent so that you get genuine things back. What you put in, that's what you get out. So put that love into people and it'll come back to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Trust me, you got somebody looking out for you up there when you try to do good genuinely by people. Somebody's looking out for you. Even when people messing with you, somebody is looking out for you. So good things, love on people, genuinely. And please do take care. I'll see y'all next time. Shouldn't be too long. If you haven't looked at what's really in your products, part 1, part 2, they're on my channel. I'll see y'all soon.